guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day today. So, before we get started with today's build, because yes, we are doing another build, which is not completely unnormal for the channel, but before we get started with that, I would like to say a massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. So in case you don't know what Skillshare is, they are an online learning community that has thousands of inspiring classes for curious and creative people. On Skillshare, you can explore your creativity, gain new skills, or maybe improve on skills that you already have. So for example, if you're wanting to learn about Adobe programs, they have lots of classes in that, but they also have classes on interior design, productivity, creative writing, how to make a career out of your creativity, and many, many more different subjects. Ones that I've personally found super helpful is, for example, Plants at Home, How to Uplift Your Spirit and Your Space by Christopher Griffin, also known as Plant Queen. I loved how he is just like super positive. It's quite clear from the way that he's talking that he's very he has a huge passion for plants, and it's very infectious as well. Like the way that he talks in his class, it's very attention grabbing. So I enjoyed that quite a lot. Another one that I found super interesting is Interior Design Basics, Simple Steps to Your Perfect Space by Lauren Cox from Aveline. I find her very knowledgeable and very professional. Like she clearly knows what she's talking about throughout the class, and it also includes a lot of super helpful examples and pictures, so if you're more of a visual learner, that might be very helpful to you. Skillshare is made for learning, so there are no ads to interrupt you while you're taking a class, and they continuously launch new premium classes as well, so there's always something new to learn. Plus, the annual sub is only $10 a month. They've also been so generous to give the first 1,000 people who click my link in the description box a free trial, so you can go explore your creativity. So if you're looking to, improve some skills while you're in lockdown, stuck at home, or you just want to learn a couple of things, I highly recommend checking out Skillshare by clicking on the link in the description box. And yeah, so thank you again so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's move on to the rest of it. So, I would like to start off this voiceover by just apologizing, even though I know that I shouldn't apologize because I'm not at fault here, but I am sick, so I might sound a little bit stuffy. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going with it, and we're just gonna have to deal with that. So, but I'm tired of lying in bed and not doing anything, so I decided yesterday to sit down and do a build, and this is the outcome, so I'm sharing that with you guys today. But yeah, I'm slightly sick. So by slightly, I mean I'm feverish, and it's okay, we're good. Anyways, also it's not, it's just like a little round of a cold, basically, turned into a fever, and yeah, I'm dealing with it. We're all good. It'll just be a couple of days, and I am back on the healthy, but I'm back being healthy in a couple of days. I don't know if you can say it like that, but I honestly, at this point, I don't care. So anyways, today, also sorry if you're wearing headphones and you're gonna hear my stuffy voice in your ears, but also please keep your headphones on. I don't want my voice out throughout your entire house or apartment. I don't know, whatever, let's not get into that. Today we're building another Disney inspired house. This is another reason I didn't want to spend my entire time just lying in bed, even though that's what my mom ordered me to do. But lying in bed is so boring. I hate it. I feel like I've mentioned this many times here on the channel. I just don't like not doing anything. So, and also we had this theme going from last week where, okay, we just did one house, but still we picked it up and I want to continue it. And we were doing Disney princess inspired builds, or not necessarily just Disney princesses, but I think that's what we're going to focus on for this round. I'm probably going to pick up the theme at some other point as well, continue doing other princess inspired builds, but also other Disney movies. So I think for this time, or for this round, because I already have kind of a few pictures in my head of what I want a few houses to look like, so I think I'm going to go with that. But I'm definitely thinking about picking it up later on, maybe a couple of weeks or something, and we're going to do some other houses as well. But since we have that theme going on, and I love Disney, I love the princesses, even though I don't know, I just love them. I just really love the princesses. They're awesome. Most of them are very independent and strong women, and I feel like that's something we should appreciate. So, but because we're doing that theme, I didn't want to just not do anything, also because I hate not doing anything. So here we are. We're building another house today with, or in this theme, following this, I don't know how to say that. It's whatever, you guys get what I mean. So, and it's another cottage as well, but not in the same style as the other one. I feel like the Snow White cottage that I did Saturday was a little bit more lighter, maybe a little bit more cottagecore, whereas this one is a little bit more on the Tudor side. So I want to say they're different kinds of cottages, but they're still cottages overall. So if you're a little bit disappointed with that, this is just kind of what I see for the character once the story is over. And they don't live in a castle, because not everyone has to live in a castle. Disney, not everyone has to live in a castle, okay? Also, I'm not building castles. I don't want to build castles. Anyways, so this is just kind of what I see for her, basically, after the story is over and she doesn't want to live in the castle, because nobody wants to live in a well, I'm sure some people do. I personally wouldn't, simply because I feel like that's just way too much space. I personally don't like it when I don't know what's going on in the other side of the house. So for me, castles are a no-go, but if it's your thing, you do you, you know, like, have ambitions, have dreams. It's good to have goals. Anyways, just wanted to get that out there. If you want to live in a castle, go for it. But I don't want to build any for The Sims, because it's just not my kind of thing. So I wanted to build a cottage for this princess. And this is just kind of what I see for her. Also, if you notice that the lighting just changed a little bit, I accidentally started recording without the reshade on. I'm not fully myself, okay? It's fine. I miss certain things. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Okay. Anyways, but the reshade is on now. And if you want to know how to download the reshade, there's a link to it in the description box, by the way. So definitely check that out. I feel like I get questions about that every single video by now. So you can always just check the description box. Everything is always in the description box. So now that the house is a little bit more decorated, and I still haven't said who it's for, I do want you guys to guess if you... I want to see if you guys can guess who it's for, because I feel like that would be funny. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't think it's funny, but I do. So please, if you have any guesses, let me know in the comment section before I tell you guys. But I feel like, at least to me, it's quite obvious by now, but I don't know. That might just be me. We all have like different creative visions of what we want different builds to look like, of course. So this may not be what you see for this character, but I feel like for me, she might live in something a little bit bigger maybe, but for me, I feel like this actually fits her quite well. Also, if I mispronounce anything, I've redone certain parts of this voiceover already. I just wanted to say that if I mispronounce anything, it's because I'm desperately trying to just speak normally. But we'll get through this voiceover, it's all good. Okay, so I've given you guys about half a minute to a minute to leave your guesses in the comments section. If you haven't already, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna spoil it right now. It's for Belle, from The Beauty and the Beast. So I do feel like she would live here with the Beast, or whatever his name is. I don't remember. Do we even know? It's probably written somewhere and I just don't know. I feel like at least throughout the live action movie, they basically just call him Master or something, which is actually quite weird, not gonna lie, but anyways, so I feel like I should look that up now. If you know, let me know in the comments, because I was about to say I'm not gonna pause this and go look on Google, but I literally just did that anyways. His name is Prince Adam, which I'm pretty sure I've never heard before. His title is Master of the Castle, which is probably why they're calling him Master. I just feel like it's quite weird, but then again, I'm also not very old-fashioned, so I don't know. But yeah, Prince Adam. Had not seen that coming. But anyways, so I feel like this house would probably fit both of them, even though it would be quite he'd have to get used to living in a house like this, not having helpers around and, or servants, whatever you want to call them. So they're kind of just gonna have to figure it out themselves, but they have a lot of bookcases around, obviously, because Belle is quite a bookworm. That is quite obvious from both the movie and also the animated movie. Also, I tried to keep this theme with roses or just red flowers throughout the house as well, because there is something about a magical red rose in the movies. So I felt like that was fitting. And yeah, they don't have a kid, but as far as I know, actually, I just learned this yesterday because I had no idea. Someone was like, you should build a house for Ariel and Eric and their daughter Melody. And I'm like, who? Melody? What? So I didn't know that was it. I didn't know that she existed. But hey, okay. Ariel got a daughter, apparently, at some point that I missed. Then again, The Little Mermaid was not the movie that I watched the most when I was a kid. I don't actually think we owned it on VHS. Yes, I'm that old. It's fine. So yeah, that took me by surprise quite a lot. So if I do one for Ariel, I'll definitely keep that in mind. But this is kind of what I want to go for these stories. I just want to do houses inspired by the princesses and their stories. So like their personalities. Like for Rapunzel, I'm not going to do a tower because I feel like her whole story is to get away from the tower. So I feel like I would feel quite mean putting her back into the tower. You get what I mean? So not that I'm going to build her a castle either, because again, I don't like castles. That's just my thing, I suppose. But I kind of want to do like, I don't know, just houses inspired by the princesses where I see them living once their story is over. Maybe they've been modernized a little bit to have like not real-time jobs, that's what they're called, modern times jobs. For example, I think Belle would either be a teacher or someone who, what's it called, like comes up with things, inventor, something like that, because she does do that with her dad in the movies as well. So I think that would be, like, she's very creative and smart in that way. I think that would be a fitting job for her too, but I definitely see her as a teacher, kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like that fits her. Let me know what you think though. I've also done, I'm pretty sure I did like a modern day princess series as a cast series way back in the day, maybe like 2017, 2018 or something, which was quite fun. I might do a bigger cast, like a bigger Creative Sim video with just all the princesses in one, or not all of them, because I think there are too many to fit into one video. I think that would end up being a very, very long video, so I'd probably have to like split it into two, but I am tempted because something like this really motivates me, if you will, to go into Creative Sim again. I have a lot of CC that I haven't used. I'm like, for a Creative Sim, I'm the opposite of what I am as a builder. I love to just only use CC, but when it comes to building, I don't touch it, basically. I will do reviews now and then to like support friends and stuff, but generally, I don't use it because it makes it easier for console players to also use my builds. So I just tend to stay away from it. Not saying that CC is not good enough for my game, because that's definitely not it. A lot of CC is absolutely beautiful, but it's just to help out console players. So yeah, when it comes to Creative Sim though, I am the exact opposite, and I love a good fashion show, you know? So I just have so much CZ that I haven't used for ages. So I'm kind of considering doing that, but I don't know, maybe not. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So another thing that you'll see throughout this house, like I said, I do think one of the biggest traits that Belle has as a person or a character, I don't know, is that she's very smart. She's very book smart, and she loves to just read stories and basically just get consumed by these stories as well. Like, she is not happy with her life as it is in the village, so she kind of reads stories to sort of like get away from that a little bit, if that makes sense. It's one of the things that they also bond over in the movie, although I feel like we could definitely, I will have to mention this, I do think there are certain problematic aspects of Beauty and the Beast, but we're not going to get into those in this video because I just don't want to go into that discussion. But I do know, and I do realize, and I do agree. I just want to point that out. But yeah, it's definitely one of the things that they do bond over in the movies or just in the story. So that was something that I wanted to keep, because I feel like she would still do that afterwards. Not necessarily because she's unhappy with where she is, but just because she loves reading. She loves books. She loves to read the stories. And she also has this huge library as well in the castle. Obviously, I couldn't build a library in this tiny cottage. I was considering it, not gonna lie, but then I decided, okay, let's just put in a lot of bookcases and a lot of loose books here and there, like she'll basically take one down from the bookcase and then forget about it because she finishes it and then just doesn't put it back. Not saying that she's a messy kind of girl, because I don't see that in her. I definitely think she's on the neater side, but I do think she kind of forgets a little bit, if that makes sense. So we do have a lot of books just kind of lying around, but I feel like that's very Belle as well. So I don't know what I'd do for Prince Adam or whatever beast, because I don't really know him as a character that well. But this is definitely more for Belle than it is for him. So I hope that's okay though. I hope that you can tell by now that this is a theme that I truly enjoy, and it's something that I've been looking forward to ever since I thought about doing the theme weeks, simply because Disney, even though I'm a grown woman, like, I'm a grown woman, okay? But I do love the stories, and I love a lot of the princesses as well for being strong female characters too. Like, the one that I dislike the most, if let's say like that, because I really don't like it, is Sleeping Beauty, because she literally has nothing to do throughout the whole movie. Like, she does nothing but sleep, and I don't know, I don't like it. So whatever, Aurora, you're pretty, but whatever, you know? But the rest are strong female characters, and yeah, I don't know, I enjoy the stories, and I've been looking forward to this quite a lot. So I might nerd a little bit throughout the voiceovers, but I hope that's okay with you guys. But like I said earlier in the voiceover, I definitely want to do something for Disney movies that don't necessarily have princesses in them as well. So we're probably going to do that at some point, because I did see a lot of you guys wanted to see stuff from Up, for example. I don't know if I'm going to rebuild the house, even though it's a truly iconic house. Also, isn't Up mostly Pixar, or am I misunderstanding something? I would definitely still do something inspired by it, just not necessarily a recreation for a week like this. Maybe we'll recreate it during another week where I'm basically just recreating Disney houses or something. But I did see a lot of you guys like suggest other movies that weren't princess movies. Also, in case you didn't know, Frozen is actually not a princess movie, even though now we're going into nerd territory as well. I don't know if this is commonly known, but Anna and Elsa are not actually Disney princesses, even though they are made by Disney and also princesses. They're not Disney princesses. I don't know, it's kind of weird. The reasoning was that Frozen as a movie had too much success, so they didn't need the title as much as the other girls did. Which is kind of funny, but also I understand it, but also I also don't understand it. But that's fine. So I also saw someone else, and I'm really intrigued by this suggestion. Someone said Lion King, but if you think about it, Lion King doesn't actually have a single building in it. So I am super intrigued by that, because it gives me a whole, like, I can come up with everything myself. Does that make sense? But I don't know if we have a world that it would fit in. Maybe Oasis Springs, I think, but I'm definitely gonna have to think about that a little bit, like think on it just a little bit. Maybe we'll turn them into humans, technically. Well, I mean, we'd have to because it's The Sims, but or not necessarily have to, but I feel like that's probably what I would do personally. But I'm really intrigued by that suggestion, because like I said, Lion King does not have a single building in it, so super interested in that. Also, because Lion King is actually my absolute favorite Disney movie. It's brilliant, the music is brilliant, the story is good, well made, I love it. Not the live action movie, sorry, but the animated version. I feel like, I don't know, it's something about like CGI lions that just don't sit right with me, to be honest. I'll probably rewatch it at some point, I'll feel a little bit better about it, but because the animated version was so iconic, it's kind of like hard to get by that. Does that make sense? So yeah, but if you have other suggestions, let me know in the comments section. I think I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now because my throat really hurts, but hope you are okay with the voiceover. Hope I didn't, well, I probably rambled. I always rambled. We're used to it by now, right? So we're good, but I do hope you enjoyed this little build. If you like it, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. Hopefully for the next voiceover, I will sound a little bit better. Also, I forgot to say, but if you're interested in the tray files, you can find those on my Patreon, which will be linked in the description down below. Thank you again to Skillshare so much for sponsoring today's video. Definitely go check them out by clicking on the link in the pinned comment or at the top of the description box. And Other than that, if you like Roblox, you can check out my Roblox channel, and if you like lifestyle videos such as vlogs, you can check out my lifestyle channel. Both of those will also be linked to in the description box. And I think that's about it. I hope I didn't forget anything. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Friends will come, friends will go. They all seem to change while I'm still the same. 'Cause I just can't let go. And there's no one to blame. It's just the way it is. Like stone, emotionless in this world of stories, oh, like stone, I'll be here forever, waiting for your call. Lovers come, lovers go.